We are making a video on Linux Mint 21.2 beta edition and its codenamed is Victoria. So here is the boot menu of Linux Mint 21.2 and I choose the Mac desktop environment. I already have another Xfce and Cinnamon desktop environment also. If you want to check that out, you can check that out after watching this video. So let's quickly boot it in a live boot. Let's go to Start Linux Mint 21.2 Mat 64-bit and click on enter. It's going to take a few minutes or like a maximum of 30 to 40 seconds or like a 2 minutes, because it's not a stable edition, it's a beta edition, so it's going to take a few seconds. So the Linux Mint 21.2 beta edition was released today, like few hours ago. So as soon as I found it, I downloaded and I'm making a video on it. So let's see what's new in here. We are getting like a 3 editions, like a Cinnamon edition desktop, Cinnamon desktop environment, Xfce desktop environment and Mat desktop environment. So here is a logo of a Linux Mint. So let's wait few more seconds, and I'm running it on a virtualization as a VMware with 80 GB of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM with 2 processors. So as you can see, here is our desktop layout, which is still loading, and it took like a maximum of 30 seconds, I guess. I didn't edit anything. So here is our desktop. So let's first quickly change the display resolution. Let's go to display and change it to our display. Mine is 1920 into 1080, so I'm going to change it. There is no release note released, so we need to wait what are the new changes. So let's explore. Let's quickly open the system monitor first and see how much of resources will it consume. Keep an eye on the CPU and the memory. I'm going to run it up to like a 60 seconds, and let's see how much of graph we get here. And the Linux Mint 21.2 is based on Ubuntu 22.04 LTS, which is a Jammy Jellyfish, and the kernel is like a 5.15 LTS. So the desktop environment's version will be Cinnamon 5.8, Xfce 4.18 and Mat 1.26. Let's run it like 60 seconds. And there is also support for touchpad and touchscreen gestures, and also global dark mode setting for GTK4. So it's almost like a 60 seconds. So I'm going to give you the some release info in my description after I found out what's new. So the kernel version is a 5.15 here, as you can see, and the codename is Victoria 64-bit Mat desktop environment. So this is my hardware. So these are all the process running right now, and the resources you already saw. There is no high peak or a low peak here. There is a stable graph just here and there, occasionally, not constantly. And the RAM is almost like a 970 MB. That's pretty good. Let's close it and open the terminal, and let's see the distro info. Let's type in inxi-sv8. This is the command which will grab the complete distro information. So let's see what's new in here. Let's first change the color so you can properly see. Let's go to the colors, custom, black and white. There is no black and white, so let's put it to custom and change the, here it is, black and white. The host is a Linux Mint. I'm running it on a live. So the kernel version already mentioned 5.15, and it's a 64-bit architecture, and GCC version is 11.3.0, and the desktop environment is Mat 1.26 or 26, WM Marco 1.26, LightDM, and it's based on Ubuntu 22.04, which I already mentioned, and the code name is here, which is Victoria, and I'm running it on a VMware, so it says as a VMware, and this is my RAM. As you can see, this is my CPU. If you want to check that out, you can check it out by pausing the video. So let's scroll it down and find out other information like a VMWGFX version is 2.19.0. So let's scroll it down again, and ELSA version is here, Pulse Audio version is also here, Pipewire also here. So let's scroll it down, and I'm using a 80 GB of hard disk for my VMware, so it is here. So let's scroll it down again. So this is the available resolution right now, and also 640 into 480, 800 into 600. So the process running right now are 299, uptime is 3 minutes, wake ups are 28, init systemd version 249, and INXI version is 3.3.13, bash version is 5.1.16. So let's type in neofetch if it's available. Neofetch is also pre-installed in the Linux Mint. Here are all the information. So let's type in cat /etc/issue and hit enter. So it says Linux Mint 21.2 Victoria. So let's type in same commands like inxi -small b and inxi-capital G. So these are all the information of the distro. So let's type in the htop also. Htop is not pre-installed, so let's try to install it. The command for the htop is sudo apt install htop. Click on enter. It's going to take a few seconds and the htop will be installed. And I forgot to mention there is a XDG desktop portal support to provide user with a better compatibility for Flatpak apps. And there is also a faster file manager, which is a Nemo, and some support for accent color also. So I forgot to mention that. And there is a full support for HEIF and AVIF images in the upcoming Linux Mint release. So I forgot that to mention. So let's exit this thing. And let's open the Firefox web browser. So let's type in Linux Mint beta testing or testing. That's not the link. Let's go back and click on Linux Mint 21.2 beta. Download. I'll show you the link. Let me type in the link, which is mirrors dot edge dot kernel dot org /linux mint /testing So here is the link. You need to just type in or copy the link. So here are all the files, which is cinnamon, mat, and Xfce, as you can see, 21.2, and the file size is around like a 3 GB, almost completely 3 GB. Here it is. So let me download this link. So as you can see, the download started already. I'm using a VPN, so it will be a bit slow for me. So that is it. Just type in this if you want. So that was the downloading process, and there is no release note, so we need to wait for the release note. What are the things changed? So the Firefox version is 114. So let me close this thing and let's try to install. I'm not going to install this on my PC because it's a beta edition. I'm just going to show you the process of installation. So again, this is a beta edition. If you want to test, you can test it on the virtualization or the non-used PC. Don't try it on a main PC or a work PC, because we don't know there is bugs or not. I can't tell you to use this Linux distro, and I don't recommend this Linux distro right now. When there is a stable release, you can try to install it on your main PC, but right now it's not a good idea. So first you need to choose a language. I'm going to choose English for my installation, and for the keyboard layout I'm also going to choose the English United States on the both sides. You can type it here if you want in your keyboard. Click on continue. Again, this is the same procedure of installation. There is nothing complicated in the installation. This is a regular installation in every Linux distro. Just you need to choose the simple things, simple steps. That's it. So it's going to take a few seconds because it's going to prepare the Ubuntu drivers. Like usually it takes like a 20 seconds a maximum. We need to wait for a few more seconds and the next step will be showed up. So there is no new wallpaper, as you can see. Let's try to see that instead of waiting for this. As you can see, there is like a bug thing. I opened the appearance to change the wallpaper, and here you can see. That's the reason I said not to install it on your main PC or a work PC, because it's still a beta edition. You can't even complain for that. So this is the installation steps. So if you erase the disk and install Linux Mint, if you choose this option, it's going to delete the current operating system, and it's going to delete all the files which you have in your hard disk. So be careful while choosing these things, and you should be having an idea of what you're doing here. So if you want to choose something else, you can try it. So I'm just going to click on install now. It's going to install it like in 5 to 10 minutes, and it will be installed on your main PC or a work PC. So again, I'm trying to avoid this thing, and I'm trying to explain you this thing because it's not a stable edition, so it's better to test it on a virtualization. So that was the installation step. So let me quit this thing and let's find out other features or explore some of the other features. So again, even to change a simple wallpaper, you need to wait. It's not a waiting thing, it's like a bug, I think. As you can see, I'm seeing a Linux Mint logo here instead of the wallpapers. That's pretty odd, and you can't even complain because it's a beta edition. So this is again same calendar, time, all these things, location, nothing changed, and the volume, internet connection, all these things. And here are the panels. If you want to customize, you can customize all the things, like add to panel, new panel, delete this panel, reset, all the things. So if you want to add anything in the panel, you can add it, or you can try to search here if you want. Let me close this thing. Let's open the file manager, which is Nemo. or Saja 1.26.0. So let's see what are the pre-installed apps which comes with the Linux Mint Mat desktop environment. So these are all the available applications. So as you can see, I don't think there is a new update in the apps. I think there will be some features like that. As soon as there is some like a release announcement or anything, I will be uh, putting in the description. You don't need to worry. I'll find information in the internet wherever it's possible. I'll be providing the in the description. So these are all the pre-installed apps which comes with the Linux Mint 21.2 beta edition. So let's check the version of a LibreOffice. Let's quickly open like 5 to 10, 6 apps and check the system monitor behavior, because we need to know how much of resources it consumes. At the beginning it was like a 900 MB, right now it's almost a 1.4 GB. We didn't open that many of our apps, we just tried to install. I didn't even install, I just opened the app. So as you can see, it's almost like a 500 MB without opening anything. Just opened a LibreOffice. Let me quickly open some of the apps like in the accessories, image viewer, and let's find out something like text editor also. And we have in the graphics just drawing, simple drawing utility. Let me open that too also. It says like a pics. Let me open that. And on the internet we have a Thunderbird. We don't need a transmission because it's a torrent client, no need to open that. Office, we already opened the LibreOffice, and this is a library, we don't need that. Let's open some of the media players like a celluloid and rhythm box. It's almost like 1.8 GB, as you can see. I think we opened like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 apps, and it's almost like a 2 GB of RAM consumed. So, and the CPU is also going crazy, not constantly but here and there. There was a stable high peak here, as you can see, almost like a 30 to 40 seconds, and it came down like a 10%, 12% like that. And the RAM is going almost like a 1.9 GB or 2 GB constantly. So this is stable right now, 1.9 GB. So let me check the version and close all the apps. So the version is here, as you can see, 7.3.7.2. Let me close this thing. And this is an image viewer. Let's check this version also, 3.4.1. So this is a notepad. Let me type in the my channel URL, which is youtube.com/9to5linux. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe, because I'll be posting 2 videos daily. If you don't want to miss anything, you can subscribe. Let me close this thing also. They showed the version. Here is the version. Let me close this thing. Close without saving. And some drawing utility tool. The version is here, 0.8.5. Let me close this thing. As you can see, there is a low graph in the RAM, which was like a 2 GB, 1.9 GB, but right now it's almost 200 MB less because we are closing the apps. So the about fixed version is a 3.0.1. Let me close this thing also. And Thunderbird version will be like 102, I guess. It's a 102.11.0. So let's close that also. Rhythm box, and keep an eye on the CPU and RAM. As you can see, it's almost 1.5 GB. So let's close this thing also. So I think we covered everything, and I think the wallpaper thing is not working. Let me try to change the wallpapers. Right now it's available. I think there is some new wallpapers, as you can see, like a 3 or 4, I guess. I don't properly remember. I think these are all the new things, like a 1 2 3 and the fourth one. So let's see. These are some good wallpapers, like 5 to 10 wallpapers. I think they added new wallpapers. And let's see themes. I think they also added the themes, I guess. I don't remember all the things because I'll be posting 2 videos daily, because I'll be using like a lot of Linux distros, so it's very hard to remember everything. Daily 2 videos for this channel and my work. So sorry for that trouble, because I don't properly remember these things. I constantly make new videos on every new Linux distros as soon as they're really released, so it will be hard to remember everything. So do let me know if there is changed any themes like this, or some of the wallpapers are changed. Do let me know in the comments below, so that will help some other viewers. So these are the things changed, I guess. So I think we covered everything, I guess. If there is any release note, I will be putting that in the description, so no, you don't need to worry. I'll be keeping update in the description. So these are all the things. So let me shut down and end the video. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. If you want to check that out for Xfce desktop environment or Cinnamon desktop environment, you can watch that videos. I already posted that videos too. So again, peace out.